This is Jill Janus of Huntress at Heavy MTL in Montreal, and you're colliding with Yell.
You guys are pretty straightforward metal, though. However, you look like a complete possessed woman on stage. And I know you have a opera background. Is part of your theatrical presentation from that, or is it from shock rock or something?
Well, it's very organic for me because I grew up in theater. I grew up doing vaudeville theater my entire life. So I started off in opera and worked on musical theater from the time I was 10 straight up until college. So that element of theater is just in my blood. And then on top of that, I've always been very inspired by Alice Cooper, also King Diamond, Merciful Fate, and of course the great Rob Halford and Judas Priest. So all of this, we always stay true to the roots of heavy metal, and as far as theatrics goes, it's just, I can't wait till I make more money so I can put more money into the stage design.
Go something big like War, or?
No, nothing like War. I'll leave that to War. They're awesome.
Right.
But, you know, we're not gimmicky. I don't want to be, we're not just gimmicky. We want to just build this whole presentation and transport fans to another realm during the show. We'll see what happens. I've been talking to Monomarth, getting some hot tips. The thing about Huntress is that we don't ever compromise on our vision, ever. And this is vital to our existence. So even with Eight of Swords, when we did that video, we put all of our money into it ourselves, and that's how we landed the deal with Napalm Records. But that was us. I mean, I asked the tarot to reveal one song that would be, one card that would be an epic metal song, and Eight of Swords chose us. From that point on, we knew, do whatever it takes.
And there's a lot of female-fronted bands that seem gimmicky, and you're obviously an attractive woman, and you don't hide that on stage. But do you find it an uphill battle in metal still?
No. I've never felt that it was an uphill battle. I'm really oblivious to these things. Since we stepped into this new level of touring, once you're in the inner circle, all of that goes away. It's like we are now gaining respect, and it takes a long time. You don't ever take respect, you have to earn it. And we understand that it's going to be a long road ahead of us, and we want longevity. But as far as me being a woman in metal, I love it. I love it because I get to be surrounded by a bunch of burly metalheads. Men with big beards that protect me, and I feel very safe and very accepted. So for me, that's not an issue.
Your latest album, Starbound Beast, was just released on July 2nd, and it's been getting great reviews.
Thank you.
While Spell Eater was a great album, I feel this new album is more cohesive. Can you talk about the writing process?
Absolutely, and you should feel that way because having toured with each other relentlessly last year, when we put out Spell Eater, we were still a very new band. We had never even done a tour before, a national tour. We just were, given the record deal by Napalm Records. We recorded the album, and we went on the road. So we really learned a lot about each other last year, and we grew up a little bit. Like this, like infant stages. We still are in these infant stages, but we're more like toddler Huntress now. So the album, Starbound Beast, you can hear that we're growing as musicians. You can hear the level of musicianship is raised. We also have a new band member, Ant Crocomo, who contributes to this overall sound. He's a musical genius. So for us to really write Starbound Beast, it only took us a month, and we were very inspired. So it's really a very organic process, and you can hear that the natural evolution is occurring within that album.
And Ian switched from guitar to bass. How has that changed the dynamic?
Awesome. I can't believe it worked out so well. What's striking about Ian Alden's playing, even as a rhythm guitarist, which he did on the first album, he just has this really steady hand, and he makes a really great member of the rhythm section. So with Carl Wiersbicki on drums and Ian Alden on bass, it's just this unstoppable force, and it just elevated us again. So again, you can hear that on Starbound Beast. We just got a cosmic high five from the universe, and it just happened. There's always a little bit of uncertainty when you have a lineup change, but it turned out so amazing.
And can you describe or explain the album title for us?
Starbound Beast. I fall into trances and I receive all my lyrics this way. So when I received the title Starbound Beast, I was in Los Angeles and I was writing, and all of a sudden I felt like almost like a little gremlin just sitting on my shoulder and just whispering these words into my ears, feeding on the roots of lifeless trees and centipedes. And instantly, I knew that it was a tribute to that dark little place within all of us where we're a little bit greedy, where all we want is to be loved, where we're longing for something more. And in this case, longing for the stars, longing to the return to home, which ties in with the whole thematic imagery of the album, which is the cosmos, the galaxies, and the Anunnaki, the Aldebaran region of the constellations, Alpha Tauri, extraterrestrials. This is where most of the lyrics came from.
Does that have, I saw on your backdrop some constellations, is that all tied in?
It is all tied in, and that's what's so fun about working on albums with Vance Kelly, our artist, is that we have this almost like telepathic connection when it comes to art. I send him lyrics, or I tell him about something, and then we just start working on it. There's a lot of hidden secrets within all of the art and the lyrics to all Huntress songs. But what's fun working with Vance is that we do hide little symbols and things. So if you want to delve, it's kind of like a choose your own adventure book.
And on your set, you mentioned an upcoming video. Can you indulge us with some information about it?
Sure. Huntress is releasing our first video from Starbound Beast for the song Zenith. It's directed by Phil Mucci, who's an award-winning director. He did the High on Fire video for Fertile Green, and it blew my mind. It blew all of our minds. I mean, our manager, Jackie, instantly put us in touch with Phil, and it turns out that Phil's a big Huntress fan, so we had this mutual love right from the beginning. And the song essentially is about smoking weed with aliens. How high can you get? Straight up into the zenith. So with that imagery and Phil's twisted mind, he's obsessed with nuns, so we get some of that in there. But it's like the galactic Nova Witches, and you get to meet the Oracle, which is another song on the album. So I'm playing a few different characters. And so you get to meet the Starbound Beast. You get to meet the Oracle and her Nova Witches. So it kind of, you know, it's a little story. It's like a little tale of the album in one song, and it will blow your fucking minds.
As a witch, what do you think is the biggest fallacy presented in witch-oriented horror movies?
Oh, that's easy. That witchcraft is evil. Because I'm one of those witches that just likes to smoke weed and hang out in the woods with fairies and eat shrooms, and you know, it's a very beautiful existence. Every day I see something magical. I love birds and nature and the wind and just all aspects of nature, and being in this, you know, and visualizing and making things come to fruition. It's that is the biggest misconception, you know, and that's okay. I'm not here to change the world. I'm here to live for my purpose, but I'm just a little white witch.